We've got the DVD available. It's only booked by
Okay.
all of that. So the stories about the commissioner, story,
Okay.
stuff, even the stuff from the kids. I don't
Yeah.
know. Would you get started? When would you want to come in?
Maybe halfway.
Into this
Alright,
like
it's
so
alright.
good.
It's about all time.
Maybe 9 Remind us how.
Alright, it should.
Yeah.
But it's like you can still have section with her and him and the
Yeah.
kids,
Okay, yeah, together.
Yeah. Alright, okay.
Perfect.
I'll bring you the password.
Cool, thank you.
Okay. We're going to start going now.
Some good music. Did you select them? Did you select the music? Good. Guys, you've got to join me live on ABN Radio right now. I've got no voice, but you've got to join me.
So that was One Day Co. Escobar Iscoroboto. That was One Day Co. Escobar Iscoroboto featuring DJ Choose. Before that, we had P Square Bank Alert. I love that song. If you are just joining me, I am your host Esther Alade, and you are listening to the Discourse Show on ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan station. Follow us on our social media platform, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and that's ABN Radio UK. Join the conversation. Call us on the studio number 0208 670 7300 or text WhatsApp 0788 7475 940. And today we're talking about social media and children, and I am so excited. I have the lovely Dr. Ava Brown in the studio with us this morning. How are you? She is the author of The Mango Girl, an amazing book. I haven't read it yet, but I've read the synopsis, and it's a lot.
It's a lot, isn't it? Thank you for having me, Esther. It's great to be here.
Yeah.
And just that great hug I got from you just like warmed me up this one, like perfect. Because, girl, the traffic here was crazy.
Oh, you're here.
But for you, I
Yes.
had to be here.
Tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
Oh my God, right. We don't even have time for that. But guys, guess
Something
guess what?
Yeah.
I'm Ava, the little girl from St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, who saw mangoes on the train, and the girl who shouldn't be sat in this station today having this conversation purely because that's what society would normally say. But I'm here to defy the norm. I'm here to change the status quo. And I'm just here to say anything is possible if you believe. That's what
I
I'm.
am possible. Even the word says it
I'm
itself.
possible.
Yes.
Exactly, yes.
We love that. So, social media and children. We had an expert on the phone earlier on, Alex, who tells us amazing things that Facebook are up to. So they are also going to be doing content like Netflix.
Yes, they are.
Did you know that?
Yes, I do. I'm in the movie business, girl. I got to know that.
So
Yeah.
yes, and also they are saying that they will ensure that there are guidelines or there are perimeters to ensure that the new app that they're setting up for children will not be infiltrated, and at every step you as a parent will have access to control that. What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I'm really glad my I have a 19-year-old and she's not interested in Facebook at all, which is
That's
great.
unusual, no?
No, she's a Snapchat girl, and then she goes. But I really think social media is a great tool. I think it's amazing.
Yes.
At the same time, however, I think that it has some serious disadvantages for young children. I mean, for example, predators and sex offenders and all those kind of things, they troll through the internet very often, and I don't believe that the internet is safe enough. So even with my own computers at home, we have parental control.
Yes.
But sometimes it just seems to not always be efficient, in my opinion, because my son will be on the laptop and then I see something flashes up like, ooh, baby, ooh.
Ooh,
That does-
baby.
yeah.
Literally, ooh, baby.
Yeah, and
Oh my
I
God.
just have to literally cover his face.
Yeah.
So I really think that we have to become much more stringent in censoring stuff and protecting our children, because it is, as an adult, I find it so overwhelming and so much. And then so much content that is not appropriate comes in front of my face, let alone young children. And children who are extremely vulnerable. Think about, the vulnerable children who probably not getting enough love at home, enough care at
Yes.
home.
And then someone starts, God, striking
Oh,
conversation.
tell me about it. And
Yeah.
so it is really great, but at the same time, there are some serious red flags and caution, and more needs to be done to protect young people, because I really believe that whilst it's a great platform, it really can be a dangerous, social media can be dangerous for young children. There's bullying as well,
Yeah.
which is a big one for young people. I was talking to a parent this week who was telling me that his daughter is self-harming because she's been bullied online.
Oh, that's sad.
You know, I think all of those things we have to, schools, you know, is becoming wildfire, and there's nothing. It's almost like you can't control it. You know, it's like that. And who is policing it properly?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Who is policing it properly?
Yeah. But how do you monitor your child? Do you say you can have this laptop for an hour, 2 hours, or do you just leave him? You know, and you've told him certain, if anything pops up, let me know.
First of all, we don't have a television that we use in our house. We
Really?
haven't used television for about 4 years now, and so we have. My son used to have his own little iPad, and I've really kind of moved that away because I found that I needed to see what he was watching. So I would literally, my daughter and I, she's 19, we would create kids space on the computer, for the laptop
so
for
you can
him.
do that.
And he can only access that. But
Okay.
but how many parents are, do that? You know, how many parents do
Do
that?
they even know that?
Do they even?
How did you find out about Kids Space?
I really, no, my daughter and I create this kids space on our
you
computer.
actually
We created it,
You
yeah.
learned to create
So
that.
when he goes on, he knows he only clicks on that thing. But I watch him periodically, and he has X amount of time, and it's a treat. You know, you don't just go online and watch stuff.
How old is your son?
He's 6.
Okay.
But he's going 60. But it is a treat, because the reality of the fact is, I can't have him on social media too much. It has to be a treat. You can't hide them from it, because it's the way to go. But he has to understand its moderation. So he's not on it consistently, because I have to understand that I actually have to go and monitor. So sometimes I go and I watch what he's watching with him, because I want to understand what you're watching. Because even some of the cartoons and stuff, like, don't even start
I
me.
know, right?
Yeah.
Because I heard about YouTube where there's certain section for children,
Yes.
but underneath that there's some horrific and
Advertisements and all kind of things. Yeah.
and comments that are highly inappropriate.
Yeah, it's not good. So you have to monitor as a parent. You are going to have to be the police. You can't depend on the social media platforms to protect your children. You're going to have to do it. And that's what I think. It's hard work. It's a lot. But you're going to have to protect
Do you
them.
think there needs to be courses, if there aren't any?
For parents?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because children are more savvy than we are.
Oh my God, my
They're
son
so
is
advanced.
6,
Yeah.
and he actually knows my passwords to everything.
No.
I swear to God. So he just sits there and he watches your. He goes into the bank and he's like, and I have to be changing my password consistently. So even my mobile phone, when I'm getting my love messages on my phone, right? My son will be like, and he's reading as well, and so I have to be changing my password. I'm like, baby, this is not gonna work. He's just smart. Kids are smart these days.
Does he have a phone of his own?
No, oh God, no.
Okay.
Jeez, he's 6.
When are you going to give him a phone?
Probably when he's like 10, 11, high school. No, high school.
But do some children have it now?
Yeah, kids in his class have phones, and they leave it at the front. And he's like, Mommy, why can't I have a phone? Because you don't need one. Because I drop you at school and I pick you up. Why do you need the phone?
As an adult, what's your favourite social media platform?
I'm a Facebook junkie. Hey, Facebook. My people are all watching, and I'm a Facebook junkie, and I'm even getting really worried now about the fact that the film is coming out and they're going to take away I want to hold on to my Facebook.
We need to step back a bit then, because you just said the film is coming out. I think a lot of people know.
Yeah.
Let's take it back
No.
one step.
So I love Facebook.
Yeah.
And of all the platforms, I really want to keep my Facebook. Like, because I've formed some real amazing, social media can be fake, right?
Yeah.
People are like, yeah, I like you, whatever.
Yeah.
But I've formed some amazing relationships on Facebook.
Okay.
People that I check up on every now and then. They're not my clients. I've formed some great bonds.
So just people you've met via Facebook,
Yeah, and
you've
I've
become friends
yeah,
with.
and
Have
I've
you met them in real life?
some of them, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, some of them I have, yeah.
Interesting.
And they've become part of like a family of mine. So I would love to keep my Facebook. I love Facebook. I don't like Twitter at all. I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. Like, What do you do there?
Yeah. Okay, let's go back. So we've said initially that you are the author of an amazing book.
Yeah.
The Mango Tree.
The mango girl from the mango tree. She's okay. It's correct. From the mango tree.
And you were saying, to tell us a bit about how the book came about, because it is literally your life story.
Some of it, my life story.
Some of it. So you can relate to things like abuse.
I can, yes.
But for you, it wasn't so much like the social media platform of it. It was way before all of this came about.
Yeah.
So people you knew.
Yeah.
So that's the scary part for me, that we're trying to protect our children from people we know.
It's always
and then
people
they're
we
so
know.
exposed to people that we don't even know.
And isn't it crazy that nowadays, I think it's always been anyway, abuse has been more about people we know back in the days when I was growing up. But now we have both.
Yes.
People we know and people we don't know. And I think it's almost wrong to say that, but I think we're even much more predisposed to the ones we don't know, because your children could be in their bedroom and they're in the Middle East, right?
Yeah.
They could be in China. They could be anywhere.
And
Chat
they're being
rooms.
abused over the line.
Yeah, because I don't know if you saw, there was an app the other day that kids were playing and it told them to jump, and kids were killing.
jump?
Yeah, and kids were committing suicide from jumping because it's like a game or an app, and yes, and it was initiating that. And there are 2 girls who died from it that I actually saw online. So we have a combination of who we don't know and who we know to be aware of as parents, and we have to be really, really careful and make sure that we are savvy.
Yes. We're going to go on a quick break. After this, you're going to tell me more about your film.
I will.
Engaging our community with discerning conversation.
When it gets to the fourth,
Hey guys.
There is nothing more
Okay, that's
satisfying
fine. Okay, cool.
with the right soup.
Thank you.
I got the
So,
I got the password. Do you still need it? Or the password?
You got it?
Yeah.
You got it? Hold on guys, 1 second. I'm gonna give it to you. There you are.
am I allowed to say?
You are allowed to say that. Yes, I am. Gonna have a feature film, right? It just sounds a little bit
Yeah.
scary.
But tell us a background about the book, because we're talking about abuse,
Yeah.
which you have encountered and you've talked about in this book. But it's more,
Yeah.
and it might be a bit deeper this morning, but you can tell us based on your experience and how you talk to your children now.
Ooh.
Should it occur, what to look out for, and is there open conversation?
Yes.
Because it has to be.
Yeah, you know what? I really believe that, and this is just my point of view. So,
Yeah.
disclaimer: this is my perspective. I believe that I am a protective mother. I wouldn't say overprotective, but I'm a cautious mother. And I think when you get abused, especially by people who are really close to you, as a parent, you become a little bit more protective than you probably would have been normally. I think, it's experience. So with my children, like my daughter, when she was much younger, I was seriously overprotective, like crazily, because one of the things that I hate, and I think it's a lot in cultures, whether it's black or white or Caribbean or African, they come and sit on uncle's lap. I totally don't want my children sitting on anybody's lap.
Some people are innocent, right? But
Some people are innocent, but I just think that, you don't put butter in the cat's mouth. And sometimes I just believe that sometimes probably people are not even predisposed that way, but just the child sitting there, So I just think I'm really careful of stuff like that. So I really have the conversation with my children. And gone are the days when you used to just be worried about the uncles, right, with your daughters. But you also now worry about the aunties with your daughters. And it becomes a crazy world. So in my household, my children and I have very open conversation about, their bodies. And you don't touch. Nobody should touch you. And anybody touch you in any way that makes you uncomfortable, then you need to tell. And I have a chain of command. If you can't tell mommy, tell your sister. If you can't tell your sister, tell whatever. My son is 6 and I cream only certain parts of his body. As a rule, get him to do the rest to start teaching, conditioning, if you want to call it, that this is how it should be. And if mommy doesn't touch you this way, then nobody else should.
I love that.
So I just have that open conversation with my kids and make them aware of what is appropriate, what is inappropriate, and that nobody is exempt. I don't care who you are. If you're the pastor, the teacher, I don't really care.
And then we can put that to online as well.
Yes.
If you have certain type of conversation, people are telling you this
Yes.
or that.
Yes. So online, I say to my children, my daughter's on social media. I tell her, first of all, we have to know, we follow each other, location. Like, it's really important for me. Because the safety is not just online, it's when you take it offline, you know. It's about where your kids are, who can locate them, who can track them. And if I saw NBC had this thing yesterday, where they were showing you that everywhere you go is tracked. Whether, yes, on your Android and your iPhone, everywhere you go is tracked.
That's true, actually, because sometimes when I do the map, it tells me from home. But I'm like, how do you know where my home is?
Yeah.
Because I've never really done it.
Big Brother society,
but
girl.
often when you do a start from a certain destination.
So a lot of the social media is not just sitting on Facebook or Snapchat. It's stuff like locations. Predators can know where your children are because there's location. And so we have those conversations where my daughter understands that on her social media stuff, her location must only be shared with, we have a key of people that we share it with. But the fact that people can trail children online and follow them offline, it's a whole big ball game. So we have the open conversation. If you're in a room and it's not comfortable, you get out. And if you feel that there are others in there who are in danger. So my daughter often shares certain things with me. We've been able to help a teenager, and I won't go into it online here, but we've been able to help a teenager who was in danger in her own home.
Oh, wow.
Because she shared it with my daughter in a particular forum. You know, we got the police involved and everything else, and you know, but the reality is, and the person's in jail and all kind of things. But the reality is that it's teaching your children to be tuned in, tapped in, turned on, to understand what to look out for.
Don't accept certain things as a norm if it's not.
But also, Esther, you need to be in tune to your children to know what they're going through, because sometimes social media becomes that feeding ground for vulnerability, right?
True.
So you need to have that relationship with your children and make sure that you understand what's going on with them, so that and make sure that you as a parent, they feel safe coming to you
To talk to you. Yes. No judging.
Yeah,
No
no judge.
judgmental.
No, I had to, girl, as a black mother, I had to just pack up that judgmental thing, because some of the things my daughter shared me now, like, oh my God. But yeah.
Because their time is different.
It is different.
Like, we didn't have any of this. I remember the things we looked at were hip-hop magazines.
You're lucky you did that. I didn't have any of that.
We
Like,
get ideas about how to dress up and what hairstyles to do.
I was too busy trying to find food to survive.
Oh, bless you. Oh.
But I'm glad, because I didn't get caught up in any of that kind of hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, wow.
I was, when I was a teenager, I was too busy trying to survive, just trying to merely survive, just trying to find food for myself and my family. So I never had that teenage thing of, you know, I didn't have it. No.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. I didn't do the nightclub thing. But you know what? I don't think I've missed a lot. I mean, it's my reality. But now, so when I see that my daughter, I'm going to go out partying, like, I used to be like, what? Where you going? You know, now I just relax a bit because she's almost 20. But I didn't have a teenage life of the ordinary teenager, no. I was busy trying to survive and trying to find places to live.
Yeah.
Bouncing from here to there, like survival mode.
Wow.
It's okay. I'm okay now.
We're thankful for it, because, you know, you're able to write the story about it, and it's a good one about survival.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
And you have to do a lot of forgiveness as well.
I had to first forgive myself, because for a very long time I walked around feeling dirty, and I'm impure, and it was like my fault. And then I had to forgive all the people in my life, to the point where I can sit here today safely saying, there's nobody I have here, you know, there's nobody I have here.
Holding.
No, I'm holding no one. And that's such a good place to be.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is very inspiring. So we're hopefully going to have JB joining us. JB is an expert on all things. So he's going to talk to us about the topic that we're discussing today, and also news around the world. And earlier on, I was talking about news in Nigeria, where a commissioner of Imo State has commissioned his sister, a politician, a governor of Imo State has employed his sister to be a minister of happiness.
Oh, I like that. I don't know about employing his sister. But I like the happiness. But tell me what that entails, because I haven't seen that news. Happiness.
We're all trying to find out what the job description is, because how
happiness.
can you employ someone to be? Yeah, she said, in a time where couple divorce is at all-time high.
Yes.
I will use my good office to ensure couples in Imo will be fulfilled and serve as an example to the world.
Is that a way to, I mean, I'm not being judgmental, but is that a way to get his sister a lot of money? Because why did she need to get, I have red flags there, but happiness, yes, I think divorces are too high. I think it's a great idea to try and keep families together, but did you need to appoint your sister to do that?
I don't even like the title.
Oh, I like the title.
Like, what are you going to do? Go around and tell people, be happy, be happy, be happy, be happy?
No, he's going to show example of good couples and what good relationships should be.
Then they should set up something in the infrastructure. Have some good counselling within the health system. Like build hospitals.
Yeah, I think so
Do
too.
something amazing as opposed to give a salary to your sister.
That's where I
Yeah.
have reservations. Your sister.
Use that money to have an amazing infrastructure where you have a healthcare system that everything is together.
Yes.
So you have your counselling, you have mental health, you have everything.
Yes.
Children.
A holistic
especially.
approach.
Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yes.
You know, so if couples are having issues, there's counselling available.
Yes, not just and why just Imo State? Why not the whole of Nigeria?
Because he's a governor for
Of Imo State. Okay, fair enough. I really believe that I think he's gonna have an outcry somewhere. So let's see about that.
So let's bring on JB. Good morning, JB. I'm good. How are you? So you've been hearing us talking about our lovely commissioner in Nigeria of Imo State. What's that? Okay. Okay. We have to look after each other. Yeah. But do you know, sorry to cut you, I actually don't see anything wrong with him employing his sister. If she's capable, fine, but I just don't like the title. Yeah. Mm. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, hold on, hold on. I think Ava wants to say something. She wants to chip in
What's
here.
his name again?
JB.
JB, hi, nice to meet you virtually. I think you've got some really valid points, but I mean, I've never been to Africa. I'd love to go there one day. Incidentally, my ex-husband is from Imo State. So, I just think, I think that the money that he's going to use to employ his sister could have been better used getting electricity consistently in the state. I just think, yes.
Hmm. Yes. That will make people happy.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yes.
That's a bigger debate, though.
It is.
That's a bigger debate because I don't know if you guys have seen this. There's a teenage girl or two teenage girls in Nigeria who've used urine to help electricity. Have you seen that new?
Yes, yeah, I think I
and
do, yes.
yeah, and I just wonder. I'm just watching to see what the government will do with that.
Yeah. I've lost you there. What? Yeah. They should protest against
But
that position.
but JB, but JB, but can I just say this? I think we have to now look at the whole approach. So there should be some legislation or something within government in Nigeria that says that you shouldn't be able to employ your family. Remember this big whole uprising here the other day about this person employed that person. I just think that because corruption is so rife there, like many other countries in the world,
Yes.
that should be one of the laws that you don't employ your family
family
in government.
members, yeah.
And I just think if we had that, and we don't just have it on paper, but we actually have it and we implement it, and there's compliance around it, then we wouldn't have that, because I think it's really unfair.
But you said a good word there, compliance. I think that's one of our biggest issues, is that we're not able to comply to certain things. We don't always follow through. There's no accountability
Yes.
for a lot of things that take place. And that's one of the saddest things about the situation in certain parts of Africa.
Yes, it is, because Africa is so laced with resources. And when I hear that, and I used to do a lot of work in Nigeria virtually, and when I hear that Nigeria doesn't have basic, consistent electricity, I went to Haiti some years ago to do some consultancy work, and I remember being in Haiti. And I just thought, this cannot make sense. How can Nigeria operate like Haiti when it comes to electricity? When you have the resources there, the natural resources are there. I don't know where you fall. I think you were the sixth largest supplier, I can't remember, of energy in the world. But why don't you have it consistently? There's got to be something wrong for you to be independent for so long, and still in 2018 almost, you still do not have consistent electricity. There's something wrong
I think the
somewhere.
people of Nigeria are questioning that every single
But they must stop
day.
questioning and do something about it. People in Nigeria have got powers that they can literally use. They just need to get and united together and make it happen.
Yeah. Do you know, we can go on and on in regards to this particular subject, because, like you said, it's a bigger debate.
It is.
It's the whole of the show. There's so many dimensions to it.
You dissect that, you get 1,000 shows, like seriously.
But JB, we're speaking about Facebook Messenger and children and social media. What are your views? Yeah. You've got, yes.
Children are getting into fraud online. Fraud with children, yes. Yes. I know.
agent on that is able to use it, because it can be dangerous.
Yes.
And I also appeal to parents. Out there who people trying to harm children and throw them into it.
I like that. We're going to go on a quick break, JB. Stay on the line and we'll have you back right after this.
I think that Nigeria thing is crazy. How do you employ your sister to be head of happiness? Like, honestly, the corruption in Africa just doesn't stop, right? I mean, it's everywhere. Corruption is in every country. But you blatantly go and employ your sister. That's crazy. Like, that's great.
If she was a doctor, I don't know her background.
It doesn't matter what she is. But because right away you can tell there's corruption. It doesn't make sense. It's crazy. Africa is one of the richest continents in the place. How?
Yeah.
We have another break again. That's it, isn't it?
Hey guys, how you doing? So, for those of us who haven't got my book, go and get it, okay? And can you follow ABN online on social media and check it out? So, good morning, Audrey. Good morning, Fraser. Good morning, Josine. Good morning, Janice and Carlene and Nemo, baby, and Ava. Thank you. Have a good day. Hi, Audrey. Thank you, honey.
Wasted. Consider the heart of the family ripped apart. Consider the potential never realized. Are these the things you consider when you carry a knife? It's not about street cred or respect. It's about staying alive. Drop that knife and save a life. Quentin Sloan.
Is she here still? Okay.
Family and people.
Welcome back to the Discuss, and I'm here with you, Esther Lade, with the lovely Dr. Ava Brown, and on the phone we've got JB, the man who knows everything. So we were talking just before the break. We touched on social media, and specifically Facebook and the Messenger app, and you mentioned about paedophilia, etc. And Ava made a point: fraud.
Yeah, I mean, I think we haven't even touched it.
No.
So one of the things that I've realized, because I do a lot of life coaching and stuff, and so I have a lot of parents, and one of the things that people are using is to use young people to commit fraud through social media. It's become a big thing.
Really?
The second thing that one of my clients who has a child who has special needs is that they're grooming the special needs kids with social media a lot, because they're more vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of fraud has been committed that way through young people. Young people love, they love their trainers and they love their whatever. And so it's really easy to lure them into say, if you do this, if you put that money in your account, I'll get you this. And it's been happening quite a lot.
That is scary.
Yeah, it is scary. There are lots of different ways that people are just very, very creative these days. And social media predisposes us to that.
Yeah, and the thing is, you just can't see, because people hide. They're hiding behind a screen, right? So you don't really know who your child is talking to. You don't know what's going on. You have so many other worries. Now you have to think about, because, usually you leave your child alone to play a game, but then you don't know what's going to pop up on this game.
I'm very savvy, I think, on social, and I got defrauded on social media the other day.
No.
I did. I went to Western Union and sent my money. I did, to Jamaica, because I was... I thought it went to Jamaica, but it ended up in Trinidad. And really what was happening...
And you did that online?
But so basically, there's this herbalist because I'm very I'm very
That sounded so wrong.
I'm into holistic medicines. No.
Holistic
So
medicine.
when I'm Jamaican. No. I'm Jamaican. So herbalist for me means a holistic doctor,
Yes,
like a Chinese
yes,
doctor. It doesn't mean the juju thing. I beg oh. So I have this. I was trying to get some herbal medicines because I went to the doctor and they gave it, and I don't want to take, I don't want to have an operation. So I was trying to get some herbal medicines, and this is somebody who I normally would use, and his Facebook account was hacked, and I didn't know.
No.
So I paid for, like I normally would,
Yeah.
pay to Western Union, which is the way he takes his money. And the next thing I know, my stuff didn't come. The police is involved now. But I got scammed on Facebook
No.
about a month and a half ago, and I'm quite savvy.
That's the thing about me though. The most I do, I don't even have the messenger. And do you know what put me off the messenger? Because I read the terms and conditions, they can have access to your contacts.
They do.
So why would I want something where they would have access to my
But your contacts are never safe. Never. Esther, let me
And
just
so many random messages.
let me just
It's not
teach you now. Let me just teach you this
Tell me.
seriously. And everybody who's listening, nothing is private anymore.
Yeah.
Nothing is private. So you have to remember that. Absolutely nothing is private. So you've got to just be really careful of what you're sharing, JB, because not even your text messages are private anymore. Nothing is private. Everything is public domain. And people need to be very aware of that.
JB, have you ever been defrauded? Cassette. What year was that?
You're showing your age, JB.
A CD again. No. Disconnected. Yeah. I think I am.
Yeah.
I think I'm such a cynic because I don't buy anything online.
Really?
I mean through Facebook. The most I've done most recently is Amazon Audio. Yeah, and then even my bank app. I don't have a bank app. I don't want to have it on my phone.
Yeah, I don't like this new. I hate this new that touch
the
connect.
touch thing, yes.
Oh my god, I hate it. I really.
The Apple.
No, but just
Pay.
no, but just even your card on the,
Yeah.
just even your bank card, you can just. I don't like where we're going with that because
Yes.
and what year was that, JB? Yes.
Mm. That's true. Say that again.
Kids being used for fraud.
Fraud. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. And the gangs are doing that a lot. Young girls are groomed that way into gangs.
Yeah.
But JB, I mean, I think you're right. I think as we develop, we are going to be, faced with this continuously. There's nothing we can do about it, because.
But I think there's something we should do about it.
But
because
what can you
If it's
do?
a consistent issue and it's a danger to us and our children, then it needs to be ring fenced.
So your firewall needs to be better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but nobody uses checkbooks
Yeah,
anymore.
I can't
Like
remember the last
serious,
time I got a
I can't remember the last time I see a check. Like, do you have checkbooks, JB? Do you have checkbooks? Oh, thank God! You were gonna scare me there. Like,
Yes. Yeah, but if
Yeah.
you're adapting to the new system, then there should be policies and procedures in place to protect us.
But-
that's what I'm saying. We're growing very fast, but let's make sure things are in place.
but they're not thinking about the one under your skin. So we're going even further.
The one under your skin, the chip.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're trying to sell it to you
No.
that, well, you're predisposed to fraud when you have it moving around, but then
Yeah.
let's put it in your skin.
No.
Different conversation.
How are we going to stop that though? Because there's so many things happening that we seem to have no say. Yes.
The way, yeah, because they really have an education, don't they? The way they market it and the way they put it, by the time they're done, they have people to sell you into it. And I think we just have to become more sensible and understand that we have rights to. However, at the same time, because we become a microwave society, we want everything now, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Whilst that is happening, we don't see the other things that's happening underneath. So they're just slipping us convenience. Yeah.
Yes. Because they're dumbing us with all these things. You're so distracted.
Yeah.
You feel you have. The thing is, you feel you have to be part of it. You've got to update Instagram. I've got to update Facebook. I've got to keep
Do you know
people
what?
updated.
No.
It's the pressure.
Do you know what? I was in central London last week, and as I was going up the escalator in the underground, thank God I work from home. I because I work from home, I'm not seeing a lot of these things sometimes. As I went up the escalator, it suddenly dawned on me that I was just being advertised to as I go up.
Yes.
And your mind was just so busy. And
Yeah.
I thought, no,
It's too much.
your mind just doesn't get a chance to rest.
That's so true.
That is dangerous. And that's what's happening to even kids. So the pressure when kids go online, there's trainers, there's clothes, there's jewelry, there's new phone. And when your parents don't have the money and then they're dragged into a fraud, it's crazy. It's really crazy.
So it's important that we have, like we said, open communication with our children.
No, we need to all go into some little village in Africa and go back to Rio. No, seriously. My plan is to remove myself in a couple of years and go somewhere on a farm.
No.
Seriously, believe me.
Everybody wants to keep updated with the world.
No, I
But
don't.
let's go to a WhatsApp. I've got a WhatsApp message here. Thank you so much. And it says that she's been listening to the show. Thank you. I didn't get the name though. If you can text back and let me know what your name is. They're loving it. Thank you. It's my first show. Thank you to Junior, who has helped me greatly. I don't know how to survive today without him. But she said the issue with Imo State is that employing his sister as a commissioner of happiness, the question we should ask and should not be too quick to judge is that he loved the conversation. Dr. Ava, thank you for coming
It's
in.
my pleasure to be here.
Get the mango tree if you haven't already read it.
Girl is the manga girl.
I'm so sorry.
Get the mango tree,
Who
girl.
got those mangoes from the tree.
Of
I
course.
had a great show today on the Discuss. Join me every Wednesday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on ABN Radio Afropolitan Station. Thank you.
That's lovely. Hello, girl. I was just asking for you. How are you? Hi, guys. Thank you so much. I'm gonna hold on here. It was good. She was a natural. Oh, did you? How are you?
Controls though before.
What happened to your foot, girl?
I was in Ghana for my grandmother's funeral. It's actually just such a ridiculous story.
What happened?
I was just walking, flat ground, flat shoes, wasn't drunk. My foot just turned
Wasn't
up.
drunk.
So
Let's get this
so
disclaimer right. Wasn't drunk.
Right? And
Yeah.
my foot just went
Oh no. When, how long ago was that?
3.5 weeks.
Wow.
And because I didn't think it was broken, because why would it be broken?
Is it broken?
Yeah. And I
No.
walked on it broken for a week. And then I came
Oh.
back and was like, wow, this is still so painful. It was really swollen because obviously on the flight over,
Wow.
it was being down and it was, so I went to Amy and they were like, yeah,
It's broken.
this is my foot.
They didn't see it was broken when you were in
Metropolitan Radio Station.
Oh
It's just a yeah.
More information. This is ABN News.
Yeah.
Badly.
the hardest to heal as well.
Wow, that's not good at all.
No, it's all.
Right, we're gonna get a selfie quickly. Are we
No
gonna?
such thing as rest.
Oh dear. I hope you're resting. Can we get a quick selfie? Guys, I'm gonna go. We're gonna get a selfie. So, see you later. We can do it outside. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. She was amazing. I think she was great. She was good, yeah. She was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. I think she was good. Like, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.